Hi everybody. So big news today. Netflix just did a big thing and they bought Millarverse. And for those who don't know Millarverse, I really love him. His name is Mark Millar, and it turns out that he just writes a bunch of the books that I've always liked. Now the great thing about the Millarverse is that it's a great place to get into comics if you're not necessarily into the whole Batman, Superman, Spider-Man sort of thing, if you're not super into the superhero genre. And to give you an idea, Mark Millar is so expansive that there's so many entities in movies that are actually his. So that includes things like Civil War, there's Old Man Logan a little bit, there's Wanted, there's The Kingsman that's coming out again for its sequel. So there's a lot of books that have been turned into movies that are from this guy. He's an independent writer based over across the pond in either Ireland or Scotland, and he has some fantastic books. So I just want to show a few of the ones that I really like. So easy one is Wolverine, Enemy of the State. So this one here is really cool. Wolverine goes crazy and no one can beat him because he's really badass. American Jesus, if you want something that's a little bit more like special, nuanced, dark. This is actually very good, and I've been waiting for book 2 for the longest time, but he's never released it. So hopefully book 2 comes out, since now he has a lot of money coming his way. There's Jupiter's Legacy. I actually haven't read this one here personally, but I've heard that it's good and I want to check it out. Some other books that I have here, Chrono Knox. I love this book. I love Sean Murphy's artwork. It's so much like 80s movies lived into actual illustrations and colors. This one's about time travel, so you know, time travel is always good. The next one here is my first book that I ever read by Hamm Starlight. This one's really cool. It's basically like if Han Solo got out of retirement and he had to save the universe again, and it's fantastic. It's a really fun read. The one that just recently came out and just finished up in its first volume is Reborn. This one is really good. It's about a girl who died and she was reborn into this fantastical world where she meets her father again and some old friends, but the spin is that they have these magical powers and she's the chosen one to save this mythical landscape. So yeah, those are a few of my favorite Mark Millar books, and I'm just wondering, because in the grand scheme of things, Warner Brothers owns, they own DC Comics, and then Marvel is owned by Disney, and some are owned by Fox, etc. So with Netflix coming in to own this independent giant, what does it mean for his own creative field? Is he going to be tied to have to kind of work with executives to make sure it's their own branding that's working, or are they going to let him still have that usual creative freedom that he's grown to have? So yeah, I just want to know your thoughts. If you're Mark Millar fans, tell me a few of your favorites, and if you're not, definitely check them out because they're really accessible, and usually they're only like 1 or 2 volumes anyway, so you can finish the entire run in one sitting. Anyways, catch you guys later. Bye.